Okay. Ugh. Hey humans, how's it going? Not sure if my mic is on. Let me check the settings here. Make sure I've got the right thing on. Sorry. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, well, I'm just going to assume that I have everything on correctly. Let me just... Can everybody hear me? If there's anybody in there, can you hear me? Let me see. I know what I'll do. I'm gonna open. Just bear with me. Sorry. I have been busy. It has been... It's been a long... It's been a long few days. It's been a long month. Long couple months. There we go. Just checking I'm just checking to make sure that the stream is actually, like, that I can hear things in it. 1 sec. Come on, bro. Just... Cool. If the internet sucks, I apologize. It's because I'm behind a brick wall. Come on, dude. I'm in the middle of all kinds of things right now. I have some, like, stuff that I'm making for my kids' party at school. Hold on. Gosh. Why is it such garbage? Maybe it just needs to be vaguely closer to the door. I don't know. Come on, dude. Yes, this is the watch the one bun struggle show. Watch the one bun try to figure out what is going on his stream. Come on, dude. Any day now. There we go. It's attempting. It's struggling. There we go. Okay. Yeah, apparently it works. There. That's all I wanted to check. Holy molies. Okay. So right now, like I said, I'm just making some stuff for my kids' Christmas party thingy. Her class, the teacher calls them her fabulous flamingos. So I'm making these, like, little flamingo, I call them zipper charms, so they can stick them on their zippers, on their backpacks. Anyway, that's one of the things that I'm sticking in there. And awesome, hold on, little sacks of goodness over there. Those are their, whatchamacallit, goodie bags. Yeah, this is stuff I never thought I would get to do as an adult, because I figured if I were an adult and I had kids, I was probably going to end up being a Jehovah's Witness. You know, unfortunately. I figured I wouldn't have a choice. I didn't want to be. I don't think. After a certain point, I think inside I was like, ugh, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I mean, I know I'm going to die, but I don't want to do it for the rest of my life. Anyway, so the title of this video, or the stream anyway, hey, what's up, AJ? The title of the stream is Are All, or not all, it's All Jehovah's Witnesses Are Evil, right? The reason I titled it that is because I'm not sure if it was earlier today or yesterday or what, but I was having a conversation and it came up, where the other person in the conversation said that all cops are evil. And I was like, I don't know, man. I think, some cops might, they might join the police force and not have any evil intent. They just want to help and stuff. Just like people in the military, some of them join thinking that they're going to help their country and stuff. And maybe that's not what ends up happening. And I was wondering, like, how most people feel about Jehovah's Witnesses. Do you guys think that? Do you think that all Jehovah's Witnesses are evil? Because I don't. I don't think they're all evil. At least not inherently evil. I think that the cult itself definitely nurtures, that kind of selfish and definitely, in some cases, evil type of personality. But I don't think every Jehovah's Witness is evil. Some of them, like I was saying with the police and the military people, some of them join because they think that they're really going to help, that they're going to make some kind of change, that they are going to, that they're going to affect some kind of change in the world, and that they're going to be part of something bigger than themselves, that they are going to, hold on, you can watch me do this, even though it's dumb. Yeah, so like Jehovah's Witnesses just think that they're going to do well. They're going to do good. There are some of them that think they're going to just do good, that they're coming in, they're going to help people live forever. They're going to lead them on the right path, whatever, right? Oh, hold on. Yeah, make sure I did this right. Yeah, I did that one right. Good. Anyway, yeah, so I think I don't know how much of a percentage of them, though, are actually, decent people that just fell into a cult, and how many of those are actually people who, they know what's going on, or at the very least, they don't necessarily know what's going on, but they realized and recognized that this cult can serve their interests, whether or not they believe any of the stuff is true. Like, the way that it's set up can serve their interests. Whether it be that they want to harm children, or that they want to be like an authoritative husband and father figure, be the dominating person in their household, or whether it's that they want to rise up the ranks and run a bunch of people's lives. I don't know, whatever bad interest it is that they have, nefarious interest, I should say, that they have, at some point, some of these people must realize that, something like Jehovah's Witnesses is set up perfectly to cater to their to their interests. So, yeah, they I don't think they're all evil. I think a lot of them are. I'm not sure how many of those, but a lot of them are. Obviously, I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have the problems that you hear about. Now, some of those people, I don't know if they're straight up evil, like they just like to hurt people kind of evil, or if they're like evil in that they turn a blind eye to stuff just because they're being rigid about rules. They're being so rigid and so hardcore about something to the point where, they don't they don't care who they're hurting in the process. Like that thing that I bring up sometimes when I'm talking to witnesses about from the Bible that I can barely remember about, what was it, Jesus telling people, or was it Jesus? I don't remember. There was something about, there's an animal drowning in a well or something, and it's on a day you're not supposed to work, and that would technically count as work, but it's better to just rescue the animal because life is more important than the law, that kind of thing. Yeah, there are people that like are the opposite in Jehovah's Witnesses who are just like, no, the letter of the Jehovah's Witness law is more important than anything. And we have to keep that at all costs, even if it hurts people. And that's how they are right now. So that's why it makes me think that the majority seem to be like that. And there's like, you know, a smaller amount of people who just they don't really fully know what's going on, and and then there's some other people that are straight up evil and realize it's a cult, and like they exploit that. Yeah. So are they all evil? No. Now, what separates the ones that aren't evil from the ones that are is that the ones that aren't evil don't tend to last long. You know, the ones that aren't evil are, well, like you and me. They come out of the cult because they realize at some point that the witnesses don't have the truth, or that stuff is going on that they aren't addressing, and that alone is enough to like bother their conscience, and they have questions, and they realize things. Yeah, there's those people who have consciences that can be bothered in the first place enough to realize that they might be in a cult. Those people are not evil. They end up leaving. They don't last long. They either end up leaving or they end up getting kicked out because, well, people figure them out. They realize that they're onto them, and the jig is up, and they can't continue to pull the wool over their eyes anymore. And they're not going to be a functional servant in the organization anymore. They're not going to be able to be a good robot if they know what's really going on behind the curtain. So that's the difference, though. That's the difference, is the people who are evil, they stick around, regardless of who they're hurting, and despite seeing evidence of that kind of stuff happening. And I'm not talking about the people that stay in because they have family and they have no choice or whatever, or like the kids that don't have a choice. Yeah, the people that stay in because they need to be around their family, or they don't, or they're like tied and have no choice, that kind of stuff. I'm willing to cut them a little slack, although hopefully they're at least trying to make some kind of effort to move toward getting their family out, or something. I hope they're not just resigning themselves to staying in there forever unless it is truly 100% completely impossible for them to get out. Because not everybody can. Thinking that everybody can that's ableist, and even classist a bit. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because, a lot of the times I hear people talk about Jehovah's Witnesses. It's usually very, black and white type of stuff. You usually hear about them making these broad, sweeping generalizations about. You hear people make broad, sweeping generalizations about Jehovah's Witnesses, like that they're all evil, or that they're all, they all don't, or they all know what's going on and they all participate willingly. And, that's just not true. And, I've even done that. I've even said stuff like, Jehovah's Witnesses are evil, and Jehovah's Witnesses are, they protect child abusers. And, usually when I say that, I mean the organization itself and not the individual people. But, I can understand how that would be misconstrued. And I don't want people thinking that I really think that all Jehovah's Witnesses, the people themselves, I mean, are necessarily evil and that we just need to discard them right away and just give up on them. No. They're not. Not all of them. But certainly a large enough number are to where we need to be worried and we need to be fighting. So, I just wanted to know what everybody else thought. I want to know if you think that that all Jehovah's Witnesses are evil, like, and they're all culpable. They're all responsible on some level. You know, even the ones that they don't know, that somehow they're still responsible. And I'd love to hear your logic on that, actually, because there are people that they still think that those people, like, that don't know, are still somehow responsible. And I guess I've heard some of the logic before. I don't know if this is other people's logic who believe this, but I've heard people say that those people who don't know what's going on in the organization are still responsible because they're not researching the people that they're dedicating their life to, and that they're not that they're not taking the time to research that, and therefore are, even if they're blindly doing so, they're still willingly participating in some really bad stuff. And it's their responsibility to know these things about the organization that they dedicate their life to, that they affiliate themselves with, and identify as publicly, or identify with publicly. So I don't know. What do you all think? I'd like to know. I'm curious. Because, I guess I can sort of see that logic, but still, Jehovah's Witnesses, you have to remember, they do a pretty good job of keeping people in the dark. They go to some pretty extensive lengths to ensure that their members don't research. They don't know what's really going on, and that they don't know how things actually work. Straight up, they have a secret elder's manual, like, that's what more can I say? Like, they literally don't want you to look stuff up. They don't want you to know anything. But yeah. If anybody wants to leave their thoughts, I'm interested to hear them. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, what your logic is if you disagree. If you have any additional thoughts to add to why you do or don't believe that all Jehovah's Witnesses are evil. Excuse my coughing, by the way. I've been unwell. That's one of the many things I've been busy with, is trying to get better in time for my kids' school party on Friday. It's going to be fun. I'm the room parent, so I had to plan it and organize everything for it. And despite my best efforts, still things got a little bit jumbled, but it's fine. It's not the kind of jumbled that's bad necessarily. Like, for instance, I let everybody know that we're going to be having there, that I'm going to be bringing goodie bags and everything. But one of the parents doesn't get emails because her email is a little bit messed up or something. So it always comes back or whatever. And then some parents don't even have theirs on file. But anyway, yeah. So she didn't get the email, and she's also bringing goodie bags. So I guess the kids get 2 sets of goodie bags. Yay! That's great. What do you think of these tiny little clothespins, guys? Aren't these adorable? Look at that. Look how cute. I like them. I think they're cute. All right. Oh, little monster that you hear in the background is this guy. Yeah. Hold on. There he goes. That is that's Pancake. That's Eden's cat. He has a sister. that you've seen, Waffle. These are the little kitties that used to live outside, actually. Eden decided to bring them in because they're this one here almost got run over. Like, he was really close to getting run over, and Eden just didn't want to chance it anymore, so he brought both the kitties in to make sure they don't get hurt or anything like that. And he's decided to adopt them. So Pancake here recently took a little trip to the doctor and had a little snip, and he's desperately wanting to lick himself, which is why he's doing that. He's also had a little, oops, sorry about that. He's also had a little bit of medicine. So if he's acting a little goofy, that's part of why. But yeah, he's a good boy. Oh, there he's going. He's off to have a little snack. Anyway, yep. Oh, he's coming back. Hey. Hey, you. Oops. Hold on. There we go. Hey, fluffy boy. Come here. Hey. Who's a good boy? Who's a cutie? Who's a cutie? You're so cute. He is adorable. His sister is out in the living room, by the way. She and Chester need to be separated from this little guy right now. So he gets to spend time with me. Just a couple of days, though. And then he gets to go be free. Just long enough for his little wounds to start healing up a little bit better. Sorry. And trying desperately to get, there we go. Not good at aiming the camera. Yeah, he's having a snooze time right now. He's got a little bit of a haze going because of his medicine, but at least he's comfortable. Good boy. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go hang out at the local pub and do some karaoke. And then I'm going to get some rest and try to deal with the rest of the stuff I got going on in life. I just wanted to check in with everybody and see how you're all doing, and also, yeah, have a little chat with you about some JW stuff I was thinking about, because, who better to talk with about that stuff than my fellow XJ Dubs? Because, I want to know your opinions on that stuff. Anyway, folks, I will talk to you all later. You have a good night.